Our next speaker is going to be Linda Duncan, newly elected NDP candidate.
It's on. I'm on the hot seat already. You know, when you run, you're running in boundaries that are set, political boundaries for your constituency. And I've already been forewarned, Linda, don't take that on too. But that's the story of my life. I see my responsibility as the only opposition member in Alberta to not only be doing my best to represent my constituency, Edmonton Strathcona, but to represent my lifelong broader constituency, which is all of you, and all of the communities that you come from, the people who have struggled for decade after decade to try to get our governments to actually deliver their mandates to protect the public good. But my third and probably most critical constituency is future generations. And for too long in Alberta, we have had a federal government missing in action. And I ran the first time, I almost got in. This time I got in, thanks to... And my mantra running was, you're not sending Linda to Ottawa, you're bringing the federal government back to Alberta. We have a huge task at hand. I mean, it's one thing to say no new approvals. I say that's not nearly enough. Basically, the tar sands is on halt, the upgraders are on halt, nothing to do with the reasons that they should be, which is human health, which is protecting our water, which is protecting the last of the wildlife, which is protecting the environment, which is protecting the First Nation communities. They're being halted simply because of the disastrous economic situation that the powers that be have put us in. So we're fortunate, though, that everything is stalled right now. And what we have to watch for, exactly what a number of the speakers have said, now is the time to be demanding. I'm happy to be one of your conduits. I have 36 colleagues that will be helpful to be a conduit. If you have another elected representative, make them be your conduit and demand that right now we have an energy security policy for Canada. And that until we have that policy, there should be no more decisions about the depletion of resources, about the impact on our First Nation communities, on the devastation of Northern Alberta. Martha Kostick, bless her soul, had it not been for Martha Kostick and a small circle of people, the entirety of Northern Alberta would have been declared a disaster zone. What do they call it? A sacrifice area, okay? And now Saskatchewan is moving to declare Northern Saskatchewan a sacrifice area. We have to band together with our brethren over the border in Saskatchewan and over the border into Northwest Territories at the incredible gathering in Fort Chip that I feel so privileged to have been a part of. It was one of the most inspirational events I've been to, I'd say, in 30 years. And out of that has come this incredible energy for us to work together. I'm getting lots of calls from people from Saskatchewan. We must take the leadership from the First Nations and the Métis communities. They're the ones that are bearing the direct impact. But all of us together can turn this around. We need to absolutely band together with everyone, including people like Canada West Foundation, who have called for a Canadian energy security policy. So I'm looking forward to working with you. I applaud the Council of Canadians. I applaud the environmental community of Canada and of Alberta. And I think that if we all work together, including with all the wonderful youth that came together in my campaign, Make Poverty History, because it's all part of the same thing. Let's do it. There's lots of mandatory powers in the federal government that we need to start using, and using with people like Eco Justice. And we can do this.